struck there by Brian Young. Very well covered outfield. I was watching the fielding practice, particularly the New Zealanders, and all the players were very confident at running in, charging at full tilt from the outfield and picking the ball up one hand, which indicates that the surface is very true here in Mohali.
Yes, I think it's really one of the best grounds that I've seen in the subcontinent. Not only just the green, lush outfield, but the facilities that they have here. I think it's really remarkable how this ground, I think the last 6 to 8 months, since the World Cup at least, it's come up.
Once again, well struck. And with Afridi actually diving to try and save that one, New Zealand pick up the extra run. It's 12 without loss. Outfield quite quick.
Beautifully struck there. And I think certainly one of the things which there it is, giving the width and also fully pitched up, the batsman had no trouble in striking that ball. And Pakistan, after having strengthened the opposition, certainly needs to make sure that they bowl a tidy line in length.
That's a lovely shot from Nathan Aspel, hitting that one on the rise. That's a lovely shot from Nathan Aspel, hitting that one on the rise. And the first boundary of the innings.
And nicely played too. That was a perfectly timed shot. And not only it was perfection in timing, but also in placement. Because he was on the front foot, and yet the ball, when it wasn't up to him, he stood there it is, and standing up, he punched it between the vacant position of mid-off and extra cover, and first boundary to New Zealanders. Scoring at a very brisk rate. New Zealanders, under 3 overs, have already reached to 20. 7.5 per over. That's the run rate which obviously the New Zealanders, after having been put in, would very much want in the first 15 overs.
Ramesh Raja has changed the plan a little here now. He's got gully fieldsman and a short cover. He's gone from 2 slips to no slips for Abdul Razak. That's trying to give the young man a chance to just settle down.
I'm not sure, Ian, whether it's the right thing, because I think with his pace and the little bit of movement he's getting, I think it's better off at least having one in the catching position on the slip area.
It's 20 without loss. Oh, an excellent shot. Wasn't that far short, but it was picked so quickly. Nathan Aspel in excellent form.
So certainly the New Zealanders, here we'll see Akib Javed holding just enough width and length for Aspel to pick that spot. And he had plenty of time to do that. Beautifully played. 4 runs, New Zealand taking the score to 29.
That's a good shot. That's going to make life difficult for the bowlers because they're really going after the ball when it's pitched up. And that's one big improvement in Nathan Aspel's game when he got that 100 full shot.
And interesting to see that when Stephen Fleming was asked to bat, and you were asking about the outcome of the toss, he said that they were going to bat in any case. So obviously they have this plan in their mind where they feel that they are better off batting first against Pakistan.
Keep Jarvid continuing. Way to the gap again, and once again this is going to be Inzamam. He's got a good arm, he picks it up, in comes the throw now, but they threw comfortably for 2. Inzamam all on his own, way down there on the boundary.
New Zealand certainly finding the gap. Keep finding the gap again, and Inzamam just moving around there, picking up. Very good feeler.
Lost. Good job it again. That's nicely played. There's no one back there. I'll look for 3 here. Hughesman. There goes that cut shot again. Beautifully played. All the way to the fence for 4. Well, that's Brian Young at his best. That short ball outside off stump. He loves it.
Certainly.
That brings up the 50. There it goes. Whistling away towards the boundary. No way that one was going to be cut off.
Back foot cross on top of it, bringing the bat down on top of the ball, giving it direction. What a beautiful shot.
Pensive watching the proceedings. The New Zealand captain. These two looking for the pull shot. Well, that's down. That's a beautiful hit. Straight down the ground, into the crowd. That's a magnificent hit. Well, he decided that if it was up, it was going to go, and go it did.
Certainly a lovely shot right up. The batsman, as you can see, getting right under the ball, and this time picking it up and hitting it straight over the long on boundary into the fence. What a glorious shot by Askell.
Well, that's the first 6 of the Independence Cup, and there'll be many more. And what's more, the man in your picture bowling now may well dish a few out himself. Nicely played, just knocked into the gap. That's nice timing. Ramesh Raja after it. Another 2 to the total. So, the end of the over. New Zealand 60 for none.
Come on.
That's cut away, and that'll go for 4 as well. Another boundary. Well, Brian Young is really beginning to turn it on now. He took a while to hit his first boundary, but he's starting to smash him in the middle of the bat.
Yes, certainly a lovely shot again. Cross on top of it, catching it down, beautiful position, and again off the middle, and the ball just rushing into the boundary.
He's got to go at that one. It's gone into the gap. It was a little lucky. A bit of a cross bat hit, but it's gone for 4. So Nathan Askell doesn't want to be left out of this. That takes his score to 35.
Yes, that's what they call the charge. You see him just before the ball is charged in that one, and just through the vacant, the down position there, mid-wicket. It wasn't timed as well as like it, but timed well enough to go to the boundary. And that's the kind of shots they've been playing with the feeling, I think, that they are looking to get as many runs. And in 15 overs, when the field go out there, would probably have the runs in, and they'd be looking to pick up their singles in between. But a very, very good start here.
That's nicely played too, nicely fielded. Didn't try and hit that one too hard. Just a single to Askell. And of course that's the end of the over. 69 for none.
Certainly turned a few here.
Short delivery, pulled away down the square leg. They'll come back for 2 here. In fact, will it go all the way? No, it won't. Picked up on the fence, and they settle for 2. So that's the end of the over. New Zealand move on to 74 for none.
Exciting. That's brilliantly played. He's found the gap again on the onside for yet another boundary. And these two New Zealand batsmen are certainly taking the game away from Pakistan, because what Pakistan, although I do accept the fact that they have the weak link in their strength is their bowling, but certainly after putting them in, won't want New Zealand to get very many runs, because no matter what runs they get and what sort of batting lineup Pakistan may have. If it's still, they have to go and get it. So that puts added pressure on the batting lineup. And certainly I'm sure that Ramesh Raja would very much want to keep this New Zealand three-scoring spree to as minimum as possible.
Come on, Kenny.
What has really surprised me after just seeing the in the air and in the gap as well. That's another boundary for Brian Young.
And magnificently hit too, because not only he picked the right spot, but he also made sure that in spite of the ball being in the air, still beats the inside field and 4 more runs. Yes, Ravi, coming back to the selection of the team, I think the two thoughts didn't go together. Firstly, the thought of fielding first on the grounds of obviously that the batting is the one which is capable of chasing any score that the opposition is going to pose. But then on the other hand, if you have spinners, 3 spinners playing,
Still there with him. And boundaries coming thick and fast for New Zealand.
yes, and I think what we are seeing, Pakistan is in danger of allowing New Zealand to overhaul their previous best score against Pakistan, which they scored, I think, in Sharjah, something like 260 odd. And also Pakistan scored 330 something against New Zealand. And the way these two New Zealand batsmen are going,
And he goes over the top here. There's no man at mid-wicket. But even if there was one at deep mid-wicket, he won't even come into the picture. 3 hits for 6.
and with that 6 he gets on to his 50. And what a mighty hit that was, posting the 100 as well for the New Zealanders. And I'm sure that Mohammad Hussain there was nothing wrong with the ball. He did the right thing. He bowled a decent enough length, but even a fielder at the boundary line wouldn't have caught that.
And again, beautifully played. He played that late so that he could get the placement right. And the ball had enough legs on it to reach the fence.
Lovely, not all that shot, but was just enough width for the batsman to pierce that inside field and picking up 4 runs. 61 of 57 deliveries. It's great going by any standards. 2 sixes and 7 fours.
This Mohali pitch already looking an excellent one for batting. The ball really coming on to the bat.
There's 3 on the onside now. Oh, and a hit. The captain will be very annoyed at that piece of bowling. Just brought the man across to the offside. And then the young left arm spinner, Hussain, lobs up a full toss on leg stump.
And again, loose ball and played right through the gap. Again, it just show you the way these New Zealand batsmen is taking advantage of any loose ball. They're finding the gap and finding them well.
Well, I hope the Pakistan batsmen are night owls, because they're going to have a big chase on their hands, and the match doesn't finish till after midnight, freely. Right. A very quick Yorker there, and Abdul Razak has finally got the breakthrough, getting rid of Brian Young.
Yes, very, very good delivery there. I think that Brian Young, as you can see, right up in the block hole, a bit too late on it, and went to hit the middle stump, and that is the breakthrough that Pakistan has been looking for. And Raka has really got the breakthrough Pakistan has been looking for. And the score, 155 for 125 overs.
Nice shot. Beats Ramesh Raja, and it'll go all the way.
Certainly a much better shot. Ball coming on to him, waiting for it to come on to the bat, and then just rolling his wrist over, giving the ball direction. A good, lovely time ball, and I think that would give him a little bit more power.
Catch it!
went into the gap as well on the offside. That time just a single. Takes him to 98. Straight down. Tries to cut that one away. No searching for a gap. He's on 98. Plays it into the gap. That takes him to 99. So just one short of his century. And he's now down at the other end. So Matt Horn. Well, that's well played. Very good shot. He's whipped that one over the top of mid-wicket, and it'll go all the way to the fence for 4. Well, it was on leg stump, and he couldn't have played the shot in a better fashion.
Well, haven't they picked their spot well, the New Zealanders? Again, using the pace, just tipping it over mid-wicket. There was no man in the deep. And the timing was good enough for the ball to reach the fence.
So Matt Horn starting to turn it on. He's moved on to 17. Only 22 balls he's faced. And again, forcefully driven through the offside. Another no ball called by umpire Venkat.
This will not please the Pakistan.
Balls on strike. 99 he has. Beautifully played. That's his century. His 4th century in one-day internationals. And he'll never have played a better one. He scored his runs in quick time, and everyone at this lovely ground in Chandigarh have appreciated his knock.
Well, it's been a top-class innings by this New Zealand opener. Right from the beginning, he's looked confident. He's timed his shots extremely well. And the most important feature of this inning.
That's nicely played again. He loves that onside shot. Just a little flick. They'll come back for 2. And so I suppose now, the New Zealanders, and what's more, there's your moon, Ravi. Yeah, continuing with his leg spinners. So far, Shahid Afridi, no wicket for 22.
Well, boy.
Chance there for Mohan, and he just lifts the one bail. Nathan Askell's 4th one-day international century comes to an end.
And there he is going for the big head, and Moin Khan doing the rest. Magnificent mark from New Zealand's point of view. 117-01.
Afridi getting it on the bowling hand there. But he can still smile after taking a wicket in that over. And he's been rewarded for just slowing his pace a little, flighting the ball nicely, and that's brought him a little bit of turn and the wicket of Nathan Askell.
And that's how Nathan Askell got out. And I think New Zealand here will have to be a bit careful if they are looking for a target of 300 plus, that they don't lose their way, because going for big shots with wickets in hand is always very tempting. It's only good when it comes good. But if it doesn't, then you fall short of the target that you are capable of getting after getting a start like the New Zealanders did.
So playing to continue at the Shivala Hill end.
Lovely ball, boy.
So I'm sure Chris Haynes has been promoted, knowing that not many overs left, all the wickets in hand. But New Zealanders would very much want him to get as many overs as possible and try and post a good target. And a good stop there by Salim Malik, preventing what would certainly have been at least 2 or 3 runs. Nicely played by Chris Haynes there, and a good stop by Salim.
bouncing back off the wicketkeeper onto the stumps. Just looking at that stumping of Mohan Khan, all the old-time wicketkeepers would have been delighted with this bit of work. Just neatly lifted the bails, just flipping the off bail. That's how the old wicketkeepers used to do it. Just flick one bail off, make it nice and neat and tight.
To play him on the offside.
He's picked up a wicket for his trouble. Horn backing away, trying to give himself room to cut the ball, and Suckwain has struck.
And the important thing about this performance by the Pakistan spinners, that's good running, and they'll get another overthrow here. No, sent back. All right, Chris Cairns. Bit of sloppy cricket here by Pakistan. Coming back to this performance by the spinners, they bowled to their field, and that's a good thing. So we saw early on with the new ball, they were giving runs on both sides of the wicket. Very difficult for a captain to set a field for that kind of bowling. But they've really tightened up in the last 5 or 6 overs.
The New Zealand batsmen should be looking to keep the score taken over, looking for the singles. The Pakistan feeling, as Ravi said, been very shabby. Saw a lot of misfeeling and a few catches went a begging here and there, but the spin bowlers, which is important in one-day cricket, they bowl to one side of the field, and the spin bowlers really did that, and they managed to curb again the New Zealand fast rate of scoring.
Another good over there by Suckwain Mushtaq, coming to an end. 245 for 3.
Pakistan has a fairly good batting lineup, and if they can get over 300 runs, it makes it very difficult for them.
This is in the air, but in the gap as well. Another couple of runs here for New Zealand and Fleming. Just talking about this pitch, it's a good batting track, and this one really not coming onto the bat.
And that is what the New Zealand has been finding difficulties with the ball not coming on, playing their shots too early and not timing them as well as they were earlier on.
The last 2 matches that were played here. Come back to that after this ball from Akib Javed. Just a single on the onside. We saw in the Titan Cup, the team that batted first won the game. We also saw in the Wills World Cup, the team that batted first won the game. And now, in this Pepsi Independence Cup, New Zealand look like favourites, but anything is possible in this game. And I think Pakistan, with their batting lineup, cannot be discounted for not getting the runs. They are perfectly capable of chasing this big total.
And it's a very good batting wicket. There is nothing wrong with this wicket. Certainly a wicket that the ball is coming on, and with the new ball, that's a lovely shot there, bringing 1 run. But with the ball coming on to the bat, with the new ball comes out,
and West Indies losing that big semi-final in the World Cup. This is nicely played by the New Zealand captain. Beautifully picked up off his toes, overshot fine leg and into the fence.
That's certainly what Pakistan doesn't want at this stage. A half volley down the leg side, and Fleming certainly not making any mistake at all. Lovely shot into the fence, and that was certainly at the scoring rate, and they're certainly looking to get after the ball in now. Pakistan have to be very careful now what line they bowl. Have to tighten up.
Yes, you just cannot afford to bowl that line of leg stump, because the man at short fine leg is in the circle. So it's a free hit for Fleming if he bowls leg stump just outside.
Well done, okay, well done.
Sam, Chris Harris, Adam Karori, Deepak Patel, Gavin Larson, they can all bat. Chris Cairns is a powerful striker of the ball. He's on strike.
Pakistan will have to use all the experienced bowlers here. At this stage, the bowlers would have to be concentrating very hard. With 256 runs on the board, 3 wickets, still 29 balls to go. New Zealand would be looking to push this well over 300. The Pakistan bowlers are going to have to try to stop them the best way they can, and the best way is to try and keep the ball up into the block hole.
And in Saqlain Mushtaq, they have a very capable man. He's gone this time, hitting it straight back to the Pakistan off-spinner, and another New Zealand wicket goes. The captain dismissed by Saqlain Mushtaq.
Another good delivery, and pitched up. And that's the kind of breakthrough, pitched right up there, and not coming on. Chris Flannan looking to hit the ball through the covers, and then the ball just held up, slow on, and that was a good delivery.
Just a single to end the over. Another very good over for Pakistan. 258 for 4.
When to be trying to get at least 4 runs and over 5, just drop it, pick up the singles, and look for the odd boundary in between.
Again, this time the backing up is there. But he's in the thick of things, Ijaz Ahmed. The ball keeps following him. Very good fielder. Missed a pretty simple catch earlier on. And now the New Zealand run rate, 5.63. Good comeback just by Pakistan.
Bowlers bowling a better line, keeping the ball up. This is when things get real tight. When coming down to the end, wickets in hand, the batsman looking to attack every ball. The bowlers got to be very, very on the alert. Got to keep the ball up to the batsman.
Again, well bowled by Aqib Javed. The good thing here is he's bowling straight. When he does that and pitches the ball up, the batsman has to hit straight, and he's got a field set for that. He's got a long on, a long off. And even a low full toss at this stage of the innings is not a bad delivery. Not easy to get away.
Very difficult when the ball is delivered into that block hole. Especially the batsman backing away, looking to give himself room. And this is the time where the bowlers have got to be very careful. Can't afford to bowl short pitch deliveries.
They won't mind that. Pakistan at this stage of the innings won't mind giving ones and twos. The boundaries they don't want to give. Yes, 2 good overs, and they might just be there. He's bowled in. Excellent over this from Aqib Javed. Finally rewarded with a lovely Yorker.
Very, very good delivery. Right up. Makes it very difficult. Keep it up, and it's always going to be difficult for the batsman. And that was a very, very good delivery.
264 for 5 before he gets the chance to take strike. Bowled in. Another wicket here for Saqlain Mushtaq. So things happening here for Pakistan. Chris Harris there, beaten all ends up.
Very good comeback by Pakistan. Good bowling, very good delivery, wide of the stumps. Again, looking again, slight cross of the line back, thick inside edge. And Pakistan, again, another wicket, 264 to 6. And New Zealand now seems as though they're... So Adam Perore, the new man, coming out to the middle.
Chris Harris, the last man dismissed, playing on here, looking again to drive through the offside, getting an inside edge. Unfortunately for him, the ball going back and hitting the middle and off stump. Terrific comeback this by Pakistan. They bowled really well in the last 6 overs or so. In the last 6 overs, they've given 30 runs and they picked up 4 wickets. So clear indication that they've really fought back well here. Adam Perori, a lot of experience for him as well. 70 matches, averaging 33.55. Normally comes in the top of the order, bats at number 3. And straight away going for the sweep shot to open his account.
Pakistan has certainly taken the initiative away from New Zealand, and that 300 that they're looking for
is an excellent find for Pakistan, and every time you see him, he seems to be improving. And a single to end the over. 267 for 6. Mix things up. And from the Pakistan point of view, they'll be looking for a real cracking start.
That would be very important. A good start in one-day cricket, particularly when you're chasing a big total, is very, very important.
Aja and Saeed Anwar, they are the men who will open the innings. This man's a dynamic player if he gets going. And that will disappoint Javed at this stage. It was a good delivery, but he's overstepped here, so he'll have to go back and bowl another one. Dale is 39 years of age. That's good work on his part. This time he won't get the second. He will, in fact, get the second. A bad bounce for the bowler, really bad bounce, and he could be seriously hurt.
Oh, into death. Yes, they hit him in the foot mark. They hit him in the. Have been worse.
This is a big one. There is a man at long on, but it'll beat him. It goes over the ropes as well. 6 signaled by umpire Venkatraghavan. So good hit there by Perori.
Yes, a lovely shot. Short type of ball that you really don't want to bowl at this stage of the innings. You don't want to give the batsman a chance to play across the line of the ball. And we took a little bit of edge off of him.
So the final over here for Pakistan, bowled by Saqlain Mushtaq. This is going to be close. In fact, I think he's gone. Very good throw from the deep. And Deepak Patel, in fact, is walking back to the pavilion.
Yes, very good throw. Strong arm. New Zealand is obviously looking to run for everything now. So he picked it up, turned, and picked the right end to throw it up. Normally you will find in situations like this that the fielder normally will throw to the wrong end, but that was a good throw right over the top. The wicketkeeper didn't even have to move it in, and the score is 282 for 7.
And this is again going to be close. Again another direct hit. Umpire Venkatraghavan asking for the third umpire. Very often in the past we've seen whenever the fielder hits the stumps direct, more often than not, the batsman is caught short of his ground. We'll have to take a look here.
Could be interesting. Let's have a look. Very close. Look. It looks out. Oh, that other one is very difficult. Very difficult.
Out to the batsman.
For length and try and tuck him up.
Well, it's well taken. Could easily have been 4 wides. been a nightmare start for Heath Davis. Now no ball. Not what he wanted to hear.
Well, if he had bowled the last two deliveries properly, it would have been a 10-ball over. Unfortunately for him, he's overstepped again. He'll have to go back and bowl another one. So when he gets the line right, he oversteps.
Well, that's an excellent shot. New Zealand have posted a good total here. And it's going to be a difficult chase for Pakistan. New Zealand won't want to contribute to the chase by giving them lots of extra deliveries.
Well, he's a magnificent timer of the ball. Saeed Anwar. This is his strength. He doesn't try and hit it too hard. Full face of the blade and gets the placement right. Such a dangerous player when in full flow.
The Horns have plenty of fielding to do so far in this innings. Yorkie, I think. There's a big appeal for caught behind, but I thought that the ball, when passed on the full, certainly sounded like there was a noise. He may have nicked it, but I thought originally that the ball went past the bat on the full.
I think this might well turn out to be a very good decision by Francis. Yes, it took a nick, but the ball definitely bounced on its way to the keeper. In fact, the back might have hit the ground as well. Because Saeed Anwar didn't even look at the umpire once the appeal went up.
Deepak Patel just getting a boot on that one. Pakistan 20 without loss. It's not quite time, but it's going to clear mid off. Comfortable two. The ball coming onto the bat nicely, but just too many deliveries being bowled with a bit of width.
One thing they'll be happy about, that even though they're chasing such a big target, one thing they will have in the back of their mind is that this pitch is still a good one. They can get a few partnerships going. Even that target of 258 is not impossible.
Finding the gap nicely. Every pin keeping the ball well up to Saeed Anwar. And that's the sort of work we come to expect from Chris Harris in the field.
Very risky player when he drives, Saeed Anwar. Last minute, really getting the punch. I think they'll be disappointed with the running between the wickets. They should have run a lot harder because they could have run all four. The only difference, though, on that occasion, Harris was chasing and not Inzamam.
inside the circle there, all very deep. There's easy singles there. And there's a man on the fence at mid-off. That one's just going to clear mid-on. And very nearly taken there by Gavin Larson. Tremendous effort to try and catch it.
Well, that would have been a magnificent catch had he got that. He stuck his right hand out as he's running towards the ball and almost pulled off a magnificent one-handed catch. Again, a freebie going over the top, this time over mid-on. And have a look at Larson. Long way to run, very difficult these catches. And this is where he sticks out that right hand. Almost gets it.
Chance for Gavin Larson, and the only bloke with a chance is the ball boy.
That's a big, powerful blow. Just stood there and smacked it over mid-on. This was struck very cleanly.
More on line and length.
He did that one nicely. That's into the gap as well. Anwar getting it away. He's back for the second. The running so far hasn't been that good. And once again, they set off for just the 2 runs. The ball almost reached the boundary. So New Zealanders are doing a good job in the field. They're chasing everything desperately. Amazing what good surfaces can do for this one-day format. There we go. And oh, what a great catch. Beautifully taken. That's the end of Said Anwar. Tries to smash that one away on the offside. Harris looks as if he's the man to have taken the catch. Yes, Harris is getting the pat on the back there, so he's taken the catch, and at last the New Zealanders are struck.
Certainly a magnificent catch. Half volley. Up outside the off stump. Really got the treatment, but a really fantastic catch. Harris showing himself in midair to the left and bringing up a magnificent catch. I don't think you'll see many more catches like that. 45 for 1.
Well, Ramesh Raja is the new batsman out there, but we've got to show you this catch again. This was one of the best catches we've seen for a while in one-day internationals, certainly the ones I've been watching. Chris Harris, the man. Have a look at it.
I think it would be very difficult to see a better catch than this. I think the batsman must really count himself very unlucky. When you play a shot like that, you expect to see 4 runs, but when a man comes out the blue and take a catch like that, you certainly must say you've been very, very unlucky. It was a tremendous catch.
That one's into the gap, going away on the offside. I want to see that catch again 2 or 3 times. That was just unbelievable. And what an angle that was too. The cameraman following him out there and seeing him actually flying through the air and taking the catch. Fieldsman here. The ball's laid away on the offside, and into the picture he'll come and whack. Down he goes. He was actually in the air, parallel with the ground. I think he'd been in the air for about half a second. What timing that was. It all looks very tense, doesn't it? Oh, he's whacked that one through the gap. That's beautifully played. That was a bad ball, actually. This has not been a bad over from Davis, and that one just short and wide outside off stump, and he's just a little upset with himself. And it was very nicely smashed away. The end of the over, 64 for 1.
That way.
Oh, he's whacked that. Is this going all the way? I think it is. Catch it, young man. 2. Oh, he's got it. 2 in a row. What a little beauty he is down there. Oh, I tell you what, he's going to get some letters from his relatives around this country. 2 in one day, and the batsman's still in the middle.
He's really enjoying himself. And see a lovely shot up and over it. A really well-timed shot, and a little sailor there right down on his knees, and I'm sure he's as pleased as punch. Look at him smiling away there.
Well, Larson's got him stood right next to him now. He reckons that's the place to be. I think he's probably right. Having said that, Afridi's got different ideas. He's probably going to hit it right over the top. Oh, he's whacked that one as well, and that's gone tough off. What a shot.
It's certainly very good, entertaining cricket here. Sure, the crowd is loving this. Two lovely shots there. 1 for 6. Short. Can't afford to give the batsman width, particularly when he's looking to play a shot like that. Hit it high over cover. Lovely shot. That's one-day cricket for you. You see all kind of improvised shots when you're watching this game.
Oh, he's hit that one in the air. Don't have a third man. This could be out. Got him. Oh, he's dropped him. That could be a very expensive miss. Deepak Patel down at third man. Went running around. He actually did quite well, but eventually he got to...
Goes for this big lofted hit again. Miscued. And there's Patel coming around. Got right to it. Got a good height. And then it bounced out. I'm sure that he would with that. Very experienced bowler, Captain Larson, 92 matches, and look at that economy rate, 3.68, and that's what he's known for. Very mean with the ball, bowls a good line.
And that's what matters, Ravi. In one-day cricket, it's no good getting plenty of wickets by giving away plenty of runs. It is the economy rate which really matters, and certainly Larson is in the top bracket in that. And this is the crucial stage of the game, because both Larson and Harris
Running on target. Their intentions were pretty clear. They knew they had to get at least 100 runs in their first 15 overs, so they needed Afridi to go on the rampage. And here he is, 49 on strike, one short of another quick 50. Well, that's it. He'll come back for the second run here, so a very good half century for Shahid Afridi, 51 in just 33 balls.
That was brilliant. He took his chances, he took a few risks, but that's what is needed. In one-day cricket, you ride your luck. That is a brilliant knock. Two huge sixes and 4 fours, and look at the striking rate. Brilliant performance from him, and now he has to make sure that he goes on from here to get a few more runs to bring the target down.
It's 88 for 1.
And running it down.
This is trouble. He's gone. Ramesh Raja is gone. There was a single there, but Afridi was watching the ball. A terrible mix-up leads to the departure of the Pakistan captain.
And there you can see the anger which Ramesh is showing. That I'm sure that when the replay comes, you'll be seeing Afridi looking at the ball rather than listening to the captain, and that's where the mix-up came. And Pakistan needlessly losing a wicket. There it is, Ramesh Raja playing wide onto the onside and straight away running, and Afridi, instead of looking at the captain, was looking at the fielder, and there is the mix-up, and that's what has happened. Pakistan losing the second wicket, 92 for 2.
Oh, and that's nicely timed by Ijaz Ahmed. Long chase here for Davis. And 3 runs here for the Pakistani batsman.
So that was nicely played. Not only he timed it well, but he played it too. He played it wide of the longish mid-off, and he timed it well enough for the ball to travel to the deepest part of the boundary, and in the process picking up 3 runs.
Like a hit, Harry.
The ball going off the stumps there, allowing the batsman to cross over for a single to end the over, 106 for 2.
bracket there. Not only in this innings so far, but throughout his career, he has got one of the best economy rates.
And he's bowled in. We just said that. Straight as ever. If the batsman misses, he'll hit. And he's done exactly that. And the danger man is gone. Pakistan losing their third wicket.
And what a wicket Larsen has picked, because definitely he is the man they were looking to get out, and Larsen succeeded in doing that. After he'd been playing across the line and missing, and he was off stump rattled. The death rattle was there. Pakistan hung 6 for 3, and a delighted Larsen there.
He's in one-day international cricket than any other Pakistani batsman. 43 50s, 500.
It is, and also playing the best cricket of his life. He played a magnificent knock to save a test match in Colombo.
In the air and taken magnificently at mid-off. Andrew Penn has come up with another brilliant catch. Malik is waiting. The umpire has not lifted his finger. The New Zealanders think that they've got the wicket. But Francis has decided that the ball bounced first. We'll have to take another look at this. So things happening here at Mohali.
Well, that is amazing. The New Zealanders had no doubt whatsoever in Salim Malik coming out, playing the first in the ball stopping on him and carrying to the mid-off fielder. And there the ball dropping on him. And we'll have to see from another angle. But certainly the fielder had no doubt whatsoever. And so did the umpire. He had no doubt whatsoever.
And he was in a very good position to see as well. Well, I think he's come up with the ball in his hand.
A dangerous play.
And it's because of shots like this. Such a risky player. Opens his account with a boundary. It's 110 for 3.
That's a great shot from Ijaz. He's got that one pretty close to the middle.
As he came down, picked that one up quite nicely. Something really has to be done here, as you can see, moving down there the wicket and getting right up onto the ball. So that shot, you've got to get up onto the ball and lifting it over to the mid-arm.
Well, that's a nice shot. Heath Davis had just been moved wider, and Ijaz got that one fine to pick up the boundary. Pakistan move along to 134 for 3.
Be around for another 50 or 60 runs. And this match is certainly on.
Well, that's a good shot. Beautiful late cut. That's gone all the way down to the fence at third man, and you won't see many better shots than that. He waited until the ball was past the stumps almost and made sure that he beat the short third man fieldsman.
Well, if any of youngsters are watching, this is how a late cut should be played. Not an easy shot, especially when you're playing against the spin. But look at the footwork here. Back and across and coming down so late on it. And getting the placement right.
Just not too much happening for Patel at the moment. Just a little bit of drift for him. And then it's straightening a little bit, but nothing dramatic. And, of course, these Pakistan players are playing spin very well. It's not over yet. Runs the third man.
Good running here. Malik will have to hurry. He makes his ground easily. But this is something that the Pakistan batsman will like. The ball coming onto the bat.
Got that one away down towards square leg, and this is going to go all the way. Yes, it has. That's well played. That'll take the pressure off a little bit.
Well, we said the problems might start for New Zealand once Davis comes back at his pace. He struggled to get his line right. He's bowled a couple of good deliveries, and then suddenly he would bowl something like this. Throwing onto leg stump. And Ijaz Ahmed making no mistake in punishing that on the onside.
That's a short delivery and whacked away down towards square leg. They've got a man on the boundary there, but he's missed it. Well, Deepak Patel is not having the greatest day in the field. He got to that one all right, but it really was only a half-hearted go.
Just what Pakistan wanted at the start of the over, a boundary. Good shot here by Ijaz. He likes to play the pull. And he found the gap as well. Deepak Patel not getting down in time and letting the boundary go.
Oh, that's well bowled. That is a quicker one outside off stump and must have taken two by Ferrore.
He's got him this time, looking to play across the line, Ijaz Ahmed. And Nathan Astel's luck continues with the ball. He's dismissed Ijaz Ahmed when he was just about looking to change gear.
Yes, let's have another look at it. He's close to the stumps, isn't he? And I think that seam is bowled upright. Well, I really think that's probably out. There was a little puff of dust there, but because he was so close to the stumps, I think that's why he gave it out. So Ijaz not happy with it. 52 of 72 balls, and it's 189 for 4.
Come on, Danny boy.
Well, Inzamam's out there. He didn't take long to get out there either.
Nice, Danny. Nice guy. Let's put the whites
He'd
on it, boy.
be aware of runs and balls, that's for sure. Inzamam is out there now. I think they're going to depend on him quite a lot. He's playing quite well at the moment. This is Deepak Patel again. Oh, and he's hit that one way down the ground. And is it going to be got out? Got him. Is he over the top? No, he's dropped it. He actually did he push it forward and then go back over the line? I don't think that he thought that he could stay inside the rope, and therefore, let's have another look at it. I think he probably was going backwards, managed to get hands on it, pushed it forward. Well, that was very well done. He actually inside the ground just before he let the ball go. So he wasn't going to stay in. That's for sure. So Pakistan remain on 191 for 4 and 6 given, in fact. Well, let's see if we can pick up how 6 was given there. Was his foot over the line? There we are. Did he touch the line there? Yeah, I think that's what it was. He hadn't quite got rid of it, and he just got his heel on the rope. So 6 given. And in the commentary box now, Ashley Dickbauer and Ian Chappell.
It's not going to be easy because it is a target which all the gettable, but still the pressure is on Pakistan because they are chasing and they have to get 6 runs per over, and that is not always an easy task.
That's a good shot there from Inzamam. He realises that the man, that deep backward square, has a long way to go to cover the fine shot.
Happy to let the game go as it's proceeding.
Nicely placed by Inzamam into the gap. I think what New Zealand really need to do here is split this partnership. They've got to get a wicket or two. I'm not sure that they can contain Pakistan and win this match.
Yes, the position that Pakistan in, a couple of shots like these from Inzamam can certainly change the whole complex of the game. And that's why it's important from New Zealand's point of view to try and also break this partnership and try and get wickets as well.
That's an excellent shot.
That was a brilliant save. I think it's Chris Kane. Big man, and did it exceptionally well to get to that, because it was played very delicately by Inzamam, and there was Chris Kane saving 2 runs for his team.
That's a very good over for Pakistan. I think it's an indication of why New Zealand need a wicket or two fairly quickly. Picked up the wicket of Afridi. Looks as though he's going to come back into the attack. And caught. Well taken by Chris Harris at point. And that's a big blow for Pakistan. It's the wicket that New Zealand needed.
Yes, they certainly needed a wicket, and they got the right man, because he is there. He has been there playing magnificently, is facing the ball, and here is trying to hit a bit harder, giving himself room. And once again, a very good catch by Howard. Pakistan losing their 5th wicket for 220.
Come on, boys, let's turn this screw again here.
Inzamam showing his power there once again. That ball wasn't all that short. He was quickly in position to play the pull shot.
There it is, Inzamam using all his strength, not only to hit it hard, but also to find the gap. And he successfully did that. 4 of the first ball always is very helpful. I think the New Zealand captain wouldn't mind that. He would rather give Inzamam a single the first ball and try and bowl at Moin Khan.
Down the wicket he goes. This is in the air. It's miles up there. It's got to be caught. It's hovering around. Will it be taken? Yes, it will. That's it. He's got it. Harris doesn't drop him. That's well taken. Way up in the air. It was a tester, that one. The whole of New Zealand was hanging on it. And poor old Inzamam. That's the end of it.
Well, he's a magnificent fielder, Chris Harris. He's as safe as a church or a house in park. This one went many a mile in the air, but have a look at Harris. This is not easy to judge. He's kept his eyes on the ball all the way, and even when it's coming down, he's still watching it and taking it quite comfortably in the end. So Pakistan lose a big wicket. Inzamam gone, 232 for 6.
He's now got a wicket, 1 for 40 figures. One swept away. That's going to go to the fence. Well, that was right off the meat of the bat. Went away like a rocket. I tell you, this Moin Khan, he's a bit of a danger man.
Well, he would be disappointed with this delivery. I guess a little bit of guesswork was going on here when Deepak Patel released this. He might have just expected Moin Khan to give him the charge, because he's fired this one down the leg side. Moin Khan stood where he was, just helped it on its way. Catch it.
Down the middle. Let's hope all of you. Ripavani have been watching we've whacked that one in the air, going down towards mid-on. Has he got to be? Yes, he has. That's a good catch. Well, he's loved it. Absolutely loved it. That's his savers down there. This is a little magic moment for him, that's for sure. It was a good catch, actually. It went hard and low, and look at those big hands of his. Wrapped them around the ball.
Well, very good catch here by Heath Davis. This went flat came out of the crowd. Not easy to judge. But the big man moving forward nicely, catching it with two hands. And wasn't he delighted? So Pakistan lose another wicket. 242 for 7.
Larson again. Oh, he's whacked that one. That's a good shot. Oh, he's got him. Oh, well, what a catch. These New Zealanders are catching everything tonight. I was looking for that down at the boundary. Whacked it again, and Fleming, the captain, has taken the catch.
Well, that one was going like a rocket. Mohan Khan here has really got stuck into this one. Had a bit of width. He smashed it. Fleming having absolutely no problem in plucking that out of thin air. Another wicket gone. Pakistan down and out for the count. 243 for 8.
Buckline Mushtaq, the new batsman. Oh, he's hit that one into the ground and it's popped back up, and all the crowd are out of there. The Indian crowd are out of their seats here. I think they're quite enjoying seeing Pakistan beaten here. Well, I tell you what I want to see in a moment after this ball. Just watch this one. Right up in the block hole. All my cricket career, I've wanted to go to Calcutta to watch India play Pakistan. So as much as I'd like to see the Sri Lankans up there somewhere, my big desire... Well, that's a good shot. Driven that one through on the offside. Mid-off back there. Nicely fielded. In comes the throw. They really have done well. That's well bowled. Right up in the block hole. Won't get those away. That's the way on the onside. Yes, he did a very good job. Young opened the batting. They put on a record opening partnership. That one smashed down the ground. He's got that one in the middle of the bat, and that'll go all the way down to the fence for 4. Didn't quite reach the boundary, I don't think.
Well, again, an attempt at Yorker, but the batsman had time to get underneath it this time and hit it straight. Long off as wide as is long on, and he found the gap to perfection.
Well, nicely taken. The bails are off, and actually the umpire wants to have a little look at this one. And the umpire, Venkat there, deciding that he needs to have a look at this. Pelori seems very confident. Let's see if there's any movement. Up goes the toe. I think he may be ice. Actually, just from that little angle there, I think he's got him. Let's have a look. Can we pick it up? The bails are off. Very hard to see whether there's any portion of his foot behind the line. It's one of those that may end up with the doubt going. Well, he's given in. The red light is gone, and that's very well done. Well, that's a good Javed out there with Saklane. That one straight to mid-off. In comes the throw. And so I think we can safely say now that barring a miracle, there he is. I'll show you his catch. It'll be one of the specials. You can rest assured on that.
That's right. One of the best you'll ever see.
That one's in the air. It's coming down towards the bat. It'll be over the top. Yes, it's 6. Well, that's a nice way to almost finish off the match. A few more of those were needed a few overs ago.
Yes, I think it's come a little too late for the Pakistanis. Good strike here by Saklane Mushtaq. Oh.
Well, that's it. The last ball and a victory to the New Zealanders. A victory in this first of the Pepsi Independence Cup matches. What a performance by them. They must be very happy, and you can see acknowledging the support of the crowd that they've got here today. And that is a very happy group of New Zealanders. Good team spirit they've got, and they really have played very